Hey guys, I just wanted to go over some other different types of graphs. So last week we talked about dot plots, and then we also talked about, does anybody remember? It was pictographs. So I'm going to pull up another type of graph. So this right here is the tally chart, and it is actually putting the data from the tally chart into a pictograph. So let's read the problem and see what it's asking us. It says the number of touchdowns made by Tyler's football team last month is represented on the frequency table below. So it might be a little hard for you to see, but it says that game one, it has 5, 6, so it has 7 tally marks. So what do the tally marks represent? Let's go back and look. It says the number of touchdowns made by Tyler's football team last month. So in game one, they made 7 touchdowns. Game two, they made 5 touchdowns. And then let's see. Game 3, they made 4 touchdowns, and then game 4, they made 6. Looks like right here, over here, it says 9, and that's not correct because to me that is 5. Okay, so we are going to pretend that there's 9 right there. So Tyler created a pictograph that shows the same information. So game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4. So my question is, how many touchdowns are represented by each football? Okay, so if game 1 is supposed to have 7 touchdowns, obviously there's not 7 footballs here. So one football is not going to represent 1 touchdown, right? Because otherwise there would be 7 footballs here. So right here, remember we have to pretend there's 9. There should be 9 footballs if 9 footballs actually represented 9 touchdowns. So we have to try to figure out what the symbol of the football, what does it represent? How many touchdowns does it represent? So I would just start guessing. So let's do 2s. Like if we counted by 2s, would that represent enough of the touchdowns? So we have 2, 4, 6, and then half of the football would be 7, right? So 2, 4, 6, 7. Well, if we look up here, the game 1 actually had 7, correct? So game 2, we have 9. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. And then remember, half of a football would represent 1 if we're saying that 1 football represents 2 touchdowns. So that matches up as well. So let's look at game 3. Game 3, we have 4. So we have 2, 4. And then game 4, we have 2, 4, 6. So it looks like that each football should represent 2 touchdowns, which would be C. We just got lucky because the first time that the first number that we chose was actually the correct one. So that's really the best way to figure out how many. The other way is we could count all the footballs. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if we put those 2 halves together, that would be 13. So we have 13 footballs, but and then if we add all of these up, that would actually be 26. So we could divide 26 divided by 2 is actually 13. So we know that each football represents 2 touchdowns. If you have any questions, please let me know.